ladies and gentlemen, as Bunny says. Welcome back to another game of Sherlock Holmes Awakened, the Remastered edition. We're here in the room, and we're going to open up this drawer. And let's do that. In the secret room. Okay. Oh, we can get a gun, huh? Wow.
What a splendid weapon.
Indeed, it'll be of great advantage in the swamp.
No kidding. Wow. Okay. It's an elephant gun, apparently. And there's the box.
Here's what we need to buy a boat.
The money. We're just going to take this guy's money. That's okay. We're saving him, so. Alright. Let's get out of here. See if we can get some more lemons. No? Okay. Strangely enough.
You should have listened to me, Mr. Holmes, and gone back on your boat.
It's the sheriff. Quickly, load the rifle, Holmes.
No, Watson. Forget the gun and see to the ladder. And quickly.
Where was the ladder again? I don't remember. It was outside, right? Yes. There we go. Are we going up the ladder? Is that what's going on? Oh, where are we putting the ladder? Okay.
Let's go, Watson, to the port.
Well. Because apparently you can't shoot a gun more than 15 or 20 feet. So, well, okay, here we are. We're back in the port. Let's go talk to that woman. What was her name?
What else do you want? We have work to do. What else do you want? We have work to do.
No, I remember. We're going to that guy in the French district, Champagne. Here we go.
Have we enough to buy a boat, sir?
For sure.
Excellent. Could you tell us the best way to reach the swamp area nearest to the rich parish?
That's simple enough for any fool. Sail along the river crook and keep close to the shore.
There is one last service you can do for us. The boat from which we disembarked is scheduled to leave tomorrow for Europe. Could you take a message to the crew for us? We may need for them to hold their departure until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Will do.
And one last thing. How may we identify Old Sam's racks from any others?
Old Sam's racks be marked with blue and white tops.
Okay, the subtitle said ropes.
Now, Watson, let's explore this swamp.
Oh, thank God we didn't have to go on the boat. Oh, we are on the boat. Okay, well. Okay.
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
Okay, really in the swamp here. I follow the ropes. Okay, that's it. That's what we're doing. Okay, I can't go that way. What's going on? Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, do we have drums? Let's see what's going on. Let's look over here. It's yellow. Okay. Oh, there's the blue. By the way, I picked up a book. It's a collected short stories about Professor Moriarty. Apparently they are collected.
But what is this horror, Holmes? Where have you taken us?
Near the goal, Watson. Near the goal.
Okay, apparently there's dead bodies hanging from trees.
I can think of nothing useful. What are we to do, Holmes?
Okay. Good grief.
Bravo, Watson. Here is what will draw these reptiles in that direction and free the passage.
Oh,
Much better. But let's hurry and get ourselves across before we become their next course.
okay. I shot the gun at the dead body. I didn't realize it was something we had to do.
Nothing of value there, Watson.
Oh, okay. Where are we going? Turn the boat about. Yeah. By the way, anyway, I picked up a collected works of Professor Martin. I haven't gotten a chance to read any of it yet. I'll see if it's any good. I honestly did not think there were enough. Well, I shouldn't think that. I was thinking.
Nothing of value there, Watson.
I was thinking. I didn't realize there were so many short stories about Professor Moriarty. Enough to make a collection. Apparently, there are like 30 stories. I'm hoping they're at least somewhat decent. They're not terrible. Should be a fun read. I picked it up for $1.99. It was on sale. It was a sale from Book Pub. Book Pub is a thing I get in the mail, the email. It tells you.
Nothing of value there, Watson.
What is this? Where am I going? I can't tell where I'm going here. Okay. Anyway, it's a.
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's Racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
Okay. What it does is Book Pub mails you every day and tells you about deals. Books are on sale for like either books that are being given away free for 99 cents or $1.99 through like the e-books, you know. There we go. I'm going this way. Oh, okay.
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's Racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
Okay, we're back where I started. But I could not find the. Okay, nope, it stops right there.
Nothing of value there, Watson. It would be better to turn back.
Okay. I can't tell where I'm supposed to go from here. Okay. Well, I can't go this way, right? Okay, no. So that means the only way to go really is that way. Okay. Guess I'm going here, then. Okay, alright, this way. Alright, here we go. Okay.
Attention, Watson. We arrive. Stand ready.
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
Okay, well, let me turn the other way. I have to go forward, I guess. Alright, well, so what do you have going on here?
Watson, see what you can do for this poor man. His servant took a harsh and terrible revenge by letting him go to these wild men. As for the others, I'm afraid we are too late. I haven't examined everything yet. I haven't examined everything yet.
What are you talking
I
about?
haven't examined everything yet.
Okay, yeah. Apparently he hasn't examined everything yet. It's,
Pitiable and blind fools! Are you not aware of the Great One's arrival? Even now, his servants are coming across his kingdom, and the enlightened will give up their flesh to him. All will be present for his awakening. Do not fight the calling! Soon he will end his dreaming, and your world will be swallowed whole. Bow down and give thanks. You are the food of his new world.
Oh, well. Okay,
I've got it, Holmes.
Okay, Watson just blew him away with the elephant gun. Pretty amazing.
I haven't examined everything yet.
Okay, let's check out the guy. Yeah, these guys are...
This sinister figure was also a cannibal. Bored by seafood, was he?
Okay. Okay, there's a tiny little island.
I cannot do this.
Well, you know. Oh, book.
What a strange book. I've never seen these idioms before. How perfect. It'll provide welcome diversion during our return voyage.
Okay, apparently there's a statue of Cthulhu, and I finally got a place to put the little statue of Cthulhu down. And I don't know where that book dropped out of. It came out of nowhere. Yeah, none of these people are going to live here. Particularly since their legs are missing and their bottom half of their bodies are missing.
A good number of people have been here, not long ago, and indeed not freely.
Not freely, how can you tell that? Okay, Watson?
We must act quickly, Holmes.
Yes. He's right. Let's get out of here. Okay, now let's see if we can get this guy.
Holmes, help me to carry him to the boat. I really can't say if he will survive the voyage back.
By the devil, that'd be Arneson.
Indeed. Do you know someone who can be accommodating and tend to him?
You takes yourselves round and seize that little Lucy what lives on the boat.
I know where Lucy is. Please, help my friends to lift this poor man to the wharf, and I will go find Miss Lucy.
What can we do for you, my pretty one?
Dear madam, could you tell Lucy that we have found Mr. Arneson, and tell her to hurry? This may be her last chance to see him while he still breathes.
Lucy! Lucy! Ah, here you are. This gentleman found your fella.
My God, can it be true?
Sure enough, as he say.
What have they done with you? Oh, my poor love.
He has lost his hand and is in deep shock. But with rest and tender care, he has a good chance to survive these injuries.
Oh, madam, please, please.
If I could have a moment, we found this sum of money, which is a large amount, and belongs to Mr. Arneson. I think it is fair to entrust it to your care.
Well, this seems all right then.
I will take good care of you. You'll see, my love.
About Arneson's place, there was some disorder left there. If you could be a good man and set things right.
You can count on old Champagne for every little thing. Now that's a fact.
I can see our friend is in good hands. We better hurry, Watson. I see our ship is making ready to leave.
Apparently we're aboard the ship, and there's another statue. In the book with all the markings, who's that? Oh. Is that Sherlock Holmes? What's he doing? Dancing around, falling on the floor? Or...
Watson, I have told you several times now, I am not to be disturbed.
But Holmes, you have been locked inside your cabin for all of 4 days now. Outside, the sun is simply radiant, and the wind from the sea...
If you approach me, Watson, I will throw you out. Now, leave me.
Blast it all, Holmes. I am bored. I can't take these sailors' conversations for another minute.
We have an understanding, Watson, each to his purpose. I will look to the translation of the book. You are to study the figures written out by our young friend Davy. Now, get on with your task and leave me to mine.
But you know that these enigmas are not my strong point. Wouldn't you have some other task, which is better suited to my skills, Holmes?
Of course. You're a man of letters, after all. So, return to the bridge, take your trusted notebook, and apply your mind to editing this small writing.
Agreed. On what subject?
It is my monograph on the calculated trajectories of gull excretia. Good day, Watson.
Okay.
I see we have received a message, undoubtedly from my brother Mycroft.
Well, okay. Let's look at Davy's... Oh, okay, we looked at Davy's message. There's a bunch of numbers. Okay, bizarrely, we got it from that little kid. A letter from Mycroft. Sherlock, you should receive this letter upon your return from the Americas. Your instructions were followed to the letter in Switzerland, and I believe you will find the results satisfying. Several days ago, the Swiss authorities inspected the Black Edelweiss Institute and found evidence of serious breaches of established medical ethics, in total accord with their findings. Dr. Guy Jacks was also found and detained, unfortunately, before anything could be learned. What we have here? He took desperate measures. He had hidden a small but highly lethal dose of potassium cyanide on his person. Before he could be stopped, he swallowed this poison and died immediately. His employees denied any knowledge of the doctor's doctor's murderous activities, and the evidence supports the conclusion that they were merely employees carrying out his orders. No trace was found of the Hindi. However, your friend, Superintendent Bilger, informed me that during their search of an underground level of the institute, his men discovered a blood-spattered wall. In this room, they also reported hearing a strange maniacal laughter that appeared to come from the bottom of the same well. Oh yeah, I remember that well. The superintendent thinks, as I do, that the sound was shouting of the patients gathered in the hospital square. He theorizes that due to the odd acoustics present, the sound was distorted and appeared to be originating from that foul well. I must say I agree completely with his reasoning and mention the odd report merely to apprise you of all the facts. You should also know that since its discovery, that dreadful room has been condemned and permanently sealed. Although most of Dr. Guy Jackson's documents were destroyed before the arrival of the Swiss police, a number of accounting references survived. These were adequate to trace a series of suspicious transactions. Even the famed confidentiality of the Swiss banks has their limits. What I learned, though seemingly fantastic, is quite probable. It seemed that Dr. Guy Jacks had laid his hands on a goodly portion, if not the entirety, of Lord Rochester's lost treasure. You may recall the story. Lord Rochester, the infamous London millionaire, married an American woman. They had but one child, a lad named Archibald. After the boy completed his education and achieved his majority, he traveled east to take charge of his father's interests. In addition to his holdings in England, Lord Rochester also held a number of jewel mines in India. At the end of 2 years, Archibald had accumulated a fortune in gemstones, all of the highest quality. The best of these were placed in a chest, which he took with him onto a ship bound for England. Then his fortunes turned. Neither he nor the gems ever saw land, as a dreadful storm sank the ship near the Indian coast. Only a few of the ship's crew survived. The bodies of the rest were pulled from the sea, with one notable exception. Not a trace was found of either Archibald or the famed chest, and the tragedy took a far greater toll. Lord Rochester was devastated by the news and died soon after. Wait, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Oh, Archibald. Okay, yep. Lord Rochester, the father, was devastated by the news and died soon after. Grief-stricken, Lady Rochester returned to her family home in Boston. She herself died not long ago. What was once a noble family is now gone. What you may not know is that Archibald Rochester, he's the son, had the stones carefully documented and inventoried before he boarded the ship. I was fortunate to see these very documents recently. Comparing the particulars, I can say with the utmost confidence that some of these stones, presumably at the bottom of the Indian Ocean abyss, have astonishingly surfaced in the middle of the Swiss Alps. I was unsuccessful in uncovering exactly what facts led Amos Colby, the Northwood Agency operative, to that area, but you may know more about the subject than I am privy to. Sincerely yours, Mycroft. Well, well, well. Okay. There we go. Apparently that's where all these stones are coming from. They're at the bottom of the ocean, and now somehow they were, bottom of the Indian Ocean, and then somehow they were discovered. And we're missing an Archibald Rochester, who may or may not be dead. Okay. He's the heir to Lord Rochester and Lady Rochester. And his stones are the ones that were discovered inside, are being discovered. Okay. Let's see. Any reports here? Okay. Oh, well, that stuff is gone, huh? Really? Okay.
Strange. Here, read this, Watson.
Indeed, but the possession of such a treasure is an end in itself. Why the devil go through with such an elaborate masquerade?
Money is often the motive of the basest acts, but not in this case. These are deep waters indeed, Watson. These people follow some other dark purpose, so desperate that it justifies any sacrifice and great risk.
You frighten me, Holmes.
I know. Sometimes I frighten myself. Enough of idle speculations, Watson. I asked you to study the figures drawn by young Davy. No doubt they are some cipher. What do you make of them?
Oh, no way. Those numbers? I'm expected to figure this out? Kidding me. What are the... Oh, wow. Longitude and latitude? Okay.
Your intentions are good, my dear Watson. Your intentions are good, my dear Watson, but you have missed everything of
Directions, zealots.
Your intentions are good, my dear Watson.
Okay, wow, I have no idea. Well, I might need to get help for this one because let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking at the old letters of all the old documents here. Okay, here it is. First, I'll tell you Davy's problems are psychological rather than physical. Yeah, I know he's a math genius. Okay. All I could say now is that your employee has a phenomenal memory for figures and an adapted teaching program. Excuse me. Could enable him to exploit his talent further. I'm sorry, hold on. There we go. Wow, alright, let's see here. Theory by using the phonetic system of the patient regardless of nationality. The patient learns a specified song. Okay. Oh. What is the solution to the code? I haven't the faintest clue. Pi, maybe? 3.14? Okay, I can't. Who knows? I have no idea what these numbers are. I have no clue. Six. Oh, you know what? I'm not even. Alright, let me look at them first. Hold on. 5972486133758 directions.
Your intentions are good, my dear. Your intentions are good.
Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to try to figure this. Alright, hold on. Let's look at these things here. Maybe it'll give me a hint. Okay. What is the answer to the quiz about Davy's coded message? It's apparent that the numbers Davy wrote down in some kind of code, of course. You need to carefully review the strings of numbers written by. Okay, look for patterns. There's one non-numeric character might give you. There is? There's a non-numeric character? Oh, the slash? Is that a slash? Okay, let's look at the first set here. 687954312. Well, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, you know what? There's one non-numeric. Okay. Notice the slash in the first row of the first 9 numbers. The moment concentrating on the numbers to the left of the slash, what can you discern about them? They're the numbers 1 through 10. 1 through 9 anyway. Those 9 digits represent all 9 of the digits from 1 to 9 with no repeats, yes. Can you find other strings within the code where the same thing occurs? Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. Okay, right again here. 6, 7, 9, 8, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. Okay. No, went 2, yeah, 3, 4. Oh, it's not 5. Okay. Okay, what about them? This appears to be the only case from 9 9 consecutive digits are all unique. So how does this apply to the rest of the code? Perhaps Davy was indicating some kind of clue to follow when he wrote those first yes. The code could be an inverse code that is representing information that is missing rather than what is there. No clue what you're talking about. For example, in the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 5 is missing, yep. While somewhat convoluted, the string of characters could be used to stand for the number 5. Oh, i.e. the missing number, gotcha. But how could we separate out the remaining numbers into individual strings? Yeah. 2 hints to help. To represent a number using the inverse method. Listing all but the target numbers requires 8 digits, assuming there are no zeros. Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, hold on, let me write this down, I guess. Okay, you know what? This is going to take a little bit. I'm going to have to go through this. Why don't I stop here? And I'm going to have to write this down. Okay, well, let's do this first. Okay. Okay, 2, 1, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 5 is missing. And, okay, 9, 3, 4, 2, 1, 7, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 is missing. So, 6, 7, 8, and then 8, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is missing. Okay. The next is 7, 5, 2. No, that can't be right. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay. 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stops at 9. Then, okay, there's double sevens, I guess. Alright. 7, 5, 2, 7. Okay, 7, 6, 1, 9, 3. So there's 4 is missing. Well, there's double numbers. That means there's probably 2 missing, right? 7, 7, 5, 2. 7, 6, 1, 9, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. I mean, also 8 is missing. Yeah, so 4 and 8 are missing. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then 8, 5, 7, 9. Okay. 8, 6, 4, 2. Okay. 1 and 3 are missing. Nope. 8, 5, 7, 9, 8. Okay, 6 is there. Yeah. 1 and 3 are missing. Okay. 1 and 3. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5, 3, 8, 7, 9, 1. Okay. No, wait, that's 9 numbers. Whatever, let's, okay. 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 3, so 6 and... Okay, 6 and... What was it? 4, 5... 8, 9, okay. 6, apparently. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't know if the 1 is another number. I have to figured out. Okay, 6. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep on doing that. Well, I don't know if the one counts as the next set. Okay, well, whatever. No, that'll mess up the whole thing. Hold on. Hold on. Or, since no digit can be repeated in a coded string, you can look at the numbers until you find out what is repeated, and then you reach the end. Oh. Damn it. Okay. Let's take the okay. So I mean, right, slash, using the cannot repeat a digit rule. Okay. The 9 repeats, so we have to stop with a 3. Yeah, okay, well that's, okay, yep. So that means I have to do, okay, alright, that means it's messed up. Okay, alright, well, I'm going to have to sit and go through these numbers, and when I return, I will tell you the numbers, you will see the result. But I'm going to get off this right now, so I can write it all down. It's going to take me a few minutes. And it's going to be sort of silly if I'm sitting here doing it and there's just silence while I'm sitting here writing stuff down. So, thank you for joining me. I'm Bunny Says. I'll see you next time on Sherlock Holmes The Awakened, the Remastered Edition. And I'll talk to you then. So, thank you for now. Goodbye.